There's to nobody's surprise, a Sonic 3 coming. Now, Sonic 1 had really good success, making $319 million at the box office, which is more than even I thought they would make. I thought it could do okay, but that was more than I thought it would make. Well, it was fantastic. I mean, it was totally delightful. I loved that movie. A lot of people did, because then the second one came out and it made more, significantly more, almost like 25% more. It made $405 million, broke the $400 million barrier. So clearly they were going to do a third, and they teased a character at the end of that one that I had no idea who it was, but Ray nearly peed himself. When we were sitting in the screening of Sonic 2, they show this character in like a tube, and like I had no idea that was, but Ray and a bunch of other 12-year-olds in the theater all knew who it was, because Ray started to squeal. Yeah,
you bow to the ultimate life form. That's who Shadow is referred to as
the ultimate life form.
Yeah,
the character Shadow. I know nothing about Shadow, anything else. Now, for some time, there have been rumors going around that good Canadian kid, Hayden Christensen from Star Wars fame, was going to be doing the voice of Shadow. Something that I thought, oh, that's pretty cool. I like that. But then CinemaCon came, and the presentation came for Sonic, and they showed us some of Sonic. No mention of Hayden Christensen. And I kind of thought they'd bring Hayden Christensen out on stage and all that kind of stuff. Didn't happen. All right. So a little while later at CinemaCon, they did the screening of Fall Guy. I put up an out of the theater reaction to this online. Fall Guy's really good, by the way. It's too long. It's definitely too long, but it's quite entertaining. It's really, really fun. And they had a big after party at the Omnia nightclub. I put up some footage of that. It was a ball of a party. It was really great. We hung out with Gotham Geek Girl. Yeah. Some really cool guys from Washington were there. We got to meet and hang out with. Anyway, so that was really good.
The food was so good.
The food was so good. Anyway, I paint that picture for you because it was at this party that a lot of actors, a lot of studio people, a lot of agency people, a lot of publicity people were there at the party as well. And while sitting there eating what I didn't know was an overly spicy slider, that nearly killed me, by the way. I don't handle spicy food very well. I was approached by somebody that I recognized very well, and somebody that, well, I can't say who it is, at least half of you would recognize and know if we were to say their name. I was approached at the party by somebody very connected in that sphere, if you will. And we started talking about CinemaCon so far, started talking about the channel, and he tugs me aside, because, come here a second. We literally only moved 2 feet over, so I don't know where we were going. But he says, come here a second. I get a little going. He said, Hayden Christensen's not the voice of Shadow. I'm like, really? He's not? Like I said, I figured that because he's not here. Like I thought they would have brought him out on stage. He goes, no, we're not announcing it publicly yet. And please don't say anything until the week after CinemaCon, which is where we're at now. He said, it's Keanu Reeves. We've already, it's done. It's signed. Keanu Reeves is our voice of Shadow. So I ran this. I had no reason not to believe them. And again, and if I told you the person, you would believe it too. So I ran this to somebody else, and the first response I got was, "Who told you that?" but then after the "Who told you that," and I wouldn't say who it was like, yeah, it is. Now listen, I always tell my viewers this, 100%. If you're getting scoops from anybody, that includes me, that is not the Hollywood Reporter, Variety, Deadline, right? Then receive it, but keep a little asterisk on it until you see it reported in the Hollywood Reporter and Variety. I can tell you it is 100% locked, 100% true. Keanu Reeves is Shadow.
Perfect.
You should not accept it as a 100% thing because I am a fucking nobody doing a YouTube channel. I'm on the YouTubes. I'm a fucking nobody. So you should put a little asterisk to that, but I guarantee you in the next week or two, you're going to see Variety, the Hollywood Reporter, Deadline, whatever. They will run the story. If it's not out there already this morning, maybe a little bit later today, it'll come out. So file it away. because make no mistake, I am a nobody, and so take it with the asterisks. But just so when you do see in Variety and Deadline and The Hollywood Reporter, Keanu Reeves is your voice of Shadow. Now, there's nobody in this room who's more vested in who might be Shadow than Ray Ora. So Ray, I know you like the idea a lot of a Hayden Christensen being the voice of Shadow. What do you think about a Keanu Reeves being the voice of Shadow?
I think they topped it. The Shadow's personality, he's like a loner, but he's like an anti-hero. He just fits this so much better than Hayden, actually, because of just the way Shadow is. He's Sonic's #1 rival. He's an artificial life form. He was created out of
Who cares?
Yeah. But like, I can't wait for this. Might be a match made in heaven right here. I actually think this is a great casting for Shadow. I actually could see it now.
Listen, I was kind of looking forward because I don't know much about Shadow. So I was kind of hoping that at the presentation they would show us more of Shadow, but really at the Sonic 3 presentation, they just give us a couple of quick shots of Shadow, and we never got to hear his voice.
Yeah. That was surprising to me that they laid into Jim Carrey's return more than even mentioning Shadow. They showed his when they first meet with the group, Sonic and his friends, but the guy who was announced it didn't talk about the voice or anything.
Nope, they didn't talk about. Listen, at the Sonic 3 presentation, the person they spent the most time talking about was Jim Carrey.
And it was a great thing that they showed too.
Oh yeah, the clips they showed that were Jim Carrey focused were awesome. They just talked about how, like, you've never been on a movie set till you've been on a movie set with Jim Carrey. And the fact is, remember, he wasn't going to come back for this. And then they announced a few months ago that he was coming back. And the stuff they showed with him in it is great.
They showed him like sitting there like all these years just eating chips.
It's like kind of a
lazy.
Thor moment.
Yeah,
like
getting lazy, getting fat. You know what I mean? And that's the way we know. He's Robotnik, right?
Yeah.
That's the way we know him, as a bigger, more
as the movies have progressed, he's been evolving more and more into look like the traditional Robotnik we know from the video games. But again, they didn't talk much about Shadow.
And Rob hasn't seen any of these movies, right?
You haven't seen any of the Sonic movies?
No, I have seen the Sonic movies.
Oh,
okay.
I thought someone was saying they didn't see.
So what do you think about the revelation of Keanu Reeves? Guys, we want to take a second to thank a sponsor of today's video, Miracle Made. Did you know that your temperature at night can have one of the greatest impacts on your sleep quality? If you wake up too hot or too cold, I highly recommend you check out Miracle Made's bed sheets. Inspired by NASA, Miracle Made uses silver-infused fabrics and makes temperature-regulating bedding so that you can sleep at the perfect temperature all night long. When they arrived at our house, my wife Ann loved the feel of them so much, she couldn't even wait for me to get home to put them on our bed. Miracle Made has self-cleaning. These sheets are infused with silver that prevents up to 99.7% of bacterial growth, leaving them to stay cleaner and fresh 3 times longer than other sheets. Miracle Sheets also have incredible comfort and quality. Miracle Sheets are luxuriously comfortable without the high price tag of other luxury brands and feel as nice, if not nicer, than sheets used by some 5-star hotels. So go to TryMiracle, that's TryMiracle.com/Campea to try Miracle Made sheets today. And whether you're buying them for yourself or as a gift for a loved one, if you order today, you can save over 40%. And if you use our promo code Campea at checkout, you'll get 3 free towels and save an extra 20%. Miracle is so confident in their product, it's backed with a 30-day money-back guarantee. So if you aren't 100% satisfied, you will get a full refund. So upgrade your sleep with Miracle Made. Go to TryMiracle.com/Campea and use the code Campea to claim your free 3-piece towel set and save over 40% off. Again, that's TryMiracle.com/Campea to treat yourself.
Now, here's the thing. I've never played the games. I play the games cursorily. Back a long time ago when they were first out, I played one Sonic game. I don't know anything about the lore, but Keanu Reeves doing the voice of a character. I loved him as the voice of Stuntman. Who's the Stuntman from
the Canadian Stuntman in Toy Story. He was great as that.
He was great in that. And I think that the casting of him as Shadow, why not? I mean, it's going to be something that I think will work for the film, and it'll be great because his voice. I was surprised how much he brought to that role.
Was
in
it
Toy
Duke
Story.
Kaboom? Was
Yeah,
that
Duke
the-
Kaboom,
Kaboom,
Duke
right.
Kaboom, yeah. And he was really good. And I was, why not?
And
Give him
let's-
more voice acting roles.
Let's not forget he was in Super Pets too. He voiced, like you were saying, was it Batman?
Oh yeah,
Super
he was
Pets.
Batman,
Was he
right?
Batman?
Yeah. So that's the exact voice I see him.
Yeah.
And by
so-
the way, Keanu Reeves was also pretty front and center at CinemaCon too, because like one of my most pleasant surprises at CinemaCon was the presentation for the new not
Ballerina?
Kumail Nanjiani
Oh, sorry.
from Parks and Rec.
Amy Poehler?
No, the guy,
Oh, the guy.
Good Fortune,
I shoot.
plays
I'm
Tom
going with that.
Hatherford. Why am I freezing on
Oh
his name?
my God. Aziz.
Aziz, yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
Aziz Ansari. So he's got a new movie he's writing and directing and starring in, and the other cast in it is Keanu Reeves and Seth Rogen. It's called Good Fortune. I knew nothing about this
oh
film.
yeah, you're talking about, yeah.
And I am dying to see this movie. Like it was one of the best things at CinemaCon was the presentation of Good Fortune, and Keanu Reeves plays an angel in it. It's like a little comedy about this down and out gig worker just working Uber Eats and TaskRabbit to try to make ends meet. It's played by Aziz. And Keanu Reeves plays his angel, who appears to him to kind of have a why am I freezing on? It's a Wonderful Life moment
Right.
with him to show him that his life isn't that bad. And Seth Rogen plays this rich douchebag that he's constantly having to go and do tasks for. Guys, seriously, this movie looks amazing. I can't wait. So it's big for Keanu in that. So to see him in that, and now he's going to be in Sonic 3. Yeah.
In all your years at CinemaCon, has Keanu ever showed up?
That's a good question.
He might not do CinemaCon, maybe. Maybe that's just not his thing. Maybe he doesn't want to be in Vegas or something.
I don't know. Well, I mean, clearly, like he's working a lot too.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing. Like,
He's gone to the Game Awards. We've seen him there.
we saw him at the Game Awards this year. Like, but I don't remember. That's a very good question. I don't recall if I've ever seen him at CinemaCon. That's a really good one. Anyway, guys, question is for you. What do you think about this? Now, I know a lot of people really like the idea. I did too, of good Canadian kid Hayden Christensen maybe doing the voice of Shadow, but replace him with another good Canadian kid with Keanu Reeves. I love the idea of it. What do you guys think? Whatever your thoughts are, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.